In this video, it's just another idea for a board game. In the previous two videos, I've looked at how to create a dice that sort of generates a random number, and also a scoring system for two players. This one is sort of developing that idea of a board game again, and saying, well, what sort of things do people use in board games? Well, one of them is a timer to do something. So what I've done here is created the code, which I'll show you in a bit more detail in a moment, but basically turns the MicroBit into a timer. So if I press button A, I have a 5-second timer. And counts down and then plays a tune. And then if I press button B, we have a 10-second timer. 10, 9, 8. So it counts down. So the children have to do whatever it is they're being asked to do in that board game during that 10 seconds. And time over. Now with regards to the code for this, there is some instructions at the very beginning of switching the MicroBit on. And what I've done here, I've done sort of two versions of the code. So button A is a 5-second timer. So we've got show string 5, then a pause, show string, and so on down to playing the melody at the end and clearing the screen. What I tried to do with the second one for button B, which was a 10-second timer, I could have built it this way, but I thought, well, could I make that, could I change that code to something that's a bit shorter instead of a great big long list of instructions? So I've got a variable called timer, which is set to 10. We show the number, and I've got a loop in there that takes 1 away from the timer each time. And then when it gets to 0, we start the melody. Now, I'm hoping that code is okay. It seems to work. I'm sure some programmers and coders who are far better than myself out there will look at that and say, well, I can do that better, which is great, fine. That sort of works for me at the moment. And likewise with the children, isn't it? You know, can you improve that code or not? So that's one idea for my board game, and that was making the timer.